Achieve success with global.media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with global.media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne.
Yes, hello. Welcome again and happy Friday to another edition of our Positivity live stream. It's always a privilege to be here to bring again that energy, that positivity that sparks a ripple effect and changes the world. And for us, we're always excited, we're always happy, and I'm glad for the commitment and the consistency from the team to make sure that this event holds every Friday. So welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are joining us from all over the world. If you're here with us, kindly drop in a comment. Let us know where you are joining us from so that we can be able to shout you out because we love it. Our community is what makes this event what it is. The people that we have that joins us, that contribute, that drops in the comments, are what makes this event what it is. So we want to celebrate you. Do not hold back. Do not be shy. For those who are joining us from LinkedIn, from Facebook, from YouTube, feel free. Drop a comment. Let us know that you are here. In the meantime, what we do here every Friday. For those who don't know, for us, it's all about positivity. It's all about spreading positivity to every corner of the earth, 1 million people at a time. For us, we are people-centered, we are humanity-centered, and we believe that everyone is important. We believe that everyone is valuable. We believe that everyone deserves to be loved. Everyone deserves to be supported. Everyone deserves to be appreciated. So that's why we come in here to inspire people. We know that we have millions of people out there who are currently going through a challenge or the other, who are currently going through a difficult season in their life, who are currently going through a tough time right now. But what we do is we bring in the energy, we bring in the positivity to be a catalyst to inspire, to motivate, and to encourage you, no matter where you are right now in your life and what is currently going on. And as a reminder, to let you know that you are not alone. We are here for you. We are here to support you. And we are here to help you go through that which you are going through. For us, we believe so much in the power of shared positivity and positive collaboration because together we can do so much more to make humanity better and make the world a better place. For us, if you always join us, we always say this: when you are positive, you are possible, and in positivity, there's always endless possibilities for you. So believe in the power of positivity to bring us into the possibilities that we want to see in our life every day. All right, we have Leanna in the building joining and say happy Friday, everyone, from Duluth, Minnesota. Thank you so much, Leanna. It's so good to have you. We appreciate you so much. We have Priscilla in the building. Priscilla, happy Friday. And she says, collaboration is key. Yet, very profound because that's the basis of our conversation today. As much as we are all about positivity, every discussion we have, every topic we bring in are always centered on positivity. So today, we are talking about collaborative growth. What a timely conversation. What a timely topic it is. Because we all need this. If you're in the comment section and you are currently collaborating, just maybe you are collaborating, you are not collaborating, you're thinking about collaborating, just drop in the comment which one you belong to. Are you planning to collaborate? Are you collaborating already? Or you don't even want to collaborate? Kindly drop in the comment section so that we can know, because that's the reason why we're having this discussion today, to talk about the need for collaborative growth, why we all can grow together. A lot of times we all play solo games. We all do things all by ourselves. It's good. It's amazing. But at the end of the day, if you want to do more, if you want to make more impact and share more, there is need for us to work together. And it's so amazing. On LinkedIn, we have amazing people. We have great people who sometimes do similar things or sometimes do things that look alike. You know, the reason why we are bringing this conversation is because there is no need for competition within. But then, driven with purpose, we can all work together. And I always say this, if the birds on the planet, all the birds decide to fly at the same time, the sky is still big enough for all the birds to fly. Imagine. It's still big enough for all the birds to fly. So your success does not stop me from succeeding. You growing your business does not stop my business growing. You expanding does not stop me from expanding. We all have our lives to live. We all have our purpose to set. So that's the reason why we are bringing this conversation today. And I believe that it's going to be an empowering one. So for us, you want to join us on stage, you want to be part of the conversation, the link is already there in the comment section. Yes, it's already in the comment section, and I'm going to drop it in as well so that you can be able to get it and be here with us. Because why? Today is all about positivity, and it's all about spreading into every corner of the earth, 1% at a time. All right, we have Uncle Mike in the building. Uncle Mike said, "Oh, I had a bad experience with an attempted collaboration, so we'll be very circumspect in the future." Yes, we all have different experiences, and that's the reason we are bringing this, because at the end of the day, as much as we are talking about collaborative growth, all collaboration is not for you. That's why they say all that glitters is not good. It's not gold. So for the fact is collaboration doesn't mean collaboration is for you. So being able to know the collaboration that is for you, the people to collaborate with, the vision to collaborate in, it's very, very important. So it's a whole broad topic that addresses different perspectives, but we believe that everyone has something to say. We believe that everyone has something to share. And if you want to join us, check in the comment section. And if you cannot get it, I'm going to drop it right now so that anyone who wants to join us can be part of the stage. Let's share some positivity together. So for those who don't know me, if you are seeing me on the screen for the very first time, it's a pleasure to meet you on the screen. And I'm so excited to be here. My name is Zion Inogiro. As you can see, you're Mr. Positive Energy, the man who brings positivity everywhere he goes. For me, I'm on a mission to spread positivity to every corner of the earth, 1 million persons at a time, using the power of media. And that's why I'm right now on the screen. I'm a positivity coach and mentor. I help people embrace positivity intentionally. And I also, what I do is I host online events just like this. So for individuals or for organizations, you want to reach out to more people, you have value to give, you want to bring more awareness, you want to market your product and services using the power of events. That's what we do. We help you make this event possible. And something big is happening. Right now, we are using event to make people authors. So you want to be an author, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to start it from, don't worry. We host event that helps you become an author, and through events, you do not just become an author, but you also become a best-selling author. And this is happening because of collaboration behind the scene. And I tell you, there's a whole lot to be shared today. And I already have my co-hosts with me on stage who are here to share and be part of the conversation today. But in the next time I have to go, I'm going to pass the mic to King Jimmy so he can introduce himself and tell us what he does and how he helps people.
Yes. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to wherever you are joining us from. I'm excited today about today's topic. You know, we're talking about collaborative growth, right? So we're going to be talking about ways that we collaborate, how I collaborate as a career coach, right? You're going to kind of learn some different things and just realize that, you know, sometimes it's okay for us to go alone at things. We want to try to do everything on our own because we feel like competitions, right, coming from other people. But we realize that when we collaborate with others and we build that bond together and that trust, a lot of times we all grow faster, right? So we're going to talk about that later. But let me tell you a little bit about myself. You know, for those who don't know me, I am Jamie Edwards. I'm in the United States. I'm in Illinois, so I'm in the Midwest. It's still pretty cold here right now. A couple more months until spring, right? I'm about an hour outside of Chicago. What I do is, and he's got something going on over there. He's trying to get his camera going. Oh, he's gone. Okay. So I do career coaching. I help people with 3 different parts of their job search. So my company is called Jam Sessions with Jamie, and I help people with resume writing. I help people with interview practice, and I help people with optimizing their LinkedIn profile. So when you think about those 3 things, all 3 of those things go hand in hand when it comes to ultimately landing an opportunity, right? You need to have a good resume and a great looking LinkedIn profile to be able to get interviews. And then you got to nail the interview in order to get the job. So I focus on those 3 things. I call it the triangle of job searching and coaching, right? When it comes to resumes, I've worked with many, many people on their resumes. I write resumes from scratch. So I give people pre-work to fill out. I help them think of things that they want to put in their resume that maybe they've never thought about doing before, right? Things that maybe they never thought about would be an accomplishment, whether it's qualitative or quantitative. And what I do is I get all their information and I rewrite their resume from scratch. I use a very good template that's very applicant tracking system friendly. And I build their resume, and then I help them get more confidence when it comes to applying to jobs. So that's one part of the coaching I do. I also do interview practice too. I help people prepare for interviews. I help them help them with practicing doing mock interviews and answering certain questions during the interview process. And I help them with negotiating salary. I focus on all 3 of those things, and then we do a one-on-one coaching where we practice all those things and really get people ready to interview and help them become the best person they can be and the best person for the job through their interviewing. So that's the second thing I do. That I also help people with their LinkedIn profiles. I rewrite their entire LinkedIn profile from scratch. I build a banner for them. I help them build a new LinkedIn headline, an about me section. I help them with their content creation strategy so I can make them stand out more and really get recruiters and hiring managers to find their profile easier. I do all those things for their LinkedIn profile and really give their whole profile a fresh coat of paint. So those are the different 3 things that I offer when I do my job searching. I've been doing Jam Sessions with Jamie now for about 3 years on my own, a little bit over 3 years. I've worked with almost over 1,000 different job seekers in that time period. And I take pride in what I do. I have a lot of different recommendations on my LinkedIn page. You can see all those recommendations on my page. And if you're somebody who's looking to get a new job, if you're looking to get a new career, right, or do something different, or maybe you're on a job search right now, reach out to me. Let me know how I can help. I'd love to help you out. We can do a quick free call, and I'd love to see if there's anything I can do to help you out. So that's a little bit about me. I'm excited for today's topic today. We're going to talk about a lot of good stuff when it comes to collaborative growth. And I'm going to pass this over to Ennie. I believe he's there. Ennie, are you there? There he is.
Of course I'm here, It's my ghost, my AI, right?
Yeah, good to see you, my friend. How are you?
I'm all right. I was moonlighting. That's why I was a bit late. And my camera didn't seem to be set up. So, but we're here.
Yes.
So for those who don't know me, I guess I think like Jamie, like Mr. Z, the mission is to inspire people to transform their lives in different ways, right? Jamie does it through getting you a job and helping you into a career that you might, find your purpose in. Because mine is simple in one way, So essentially, I help you write your book, publish your book, and market your book. I guess my clients achieve legendary status because we do offer a guaranteed #1 Amazon bestseller service, which is based on selling books, not on cheating, not on different tricks. So that's what I spend most of my days doing. I moonlight as a decorator, but let's leave that aside, shall we? So I guess the other things we're doing these days is workshops, masterclasses, and our author speakers conference that's coming up. I've got 6 great speakers. They want to inspire people. They want to tell you why authors write, say, why they want to inspire people, why they want to educate people, why they want to transform people's lives. That's coming up on the 26th of February. I'll tell you more about it as we get nearer, right? Be prepared to come along. It's a Zoom session, so don't expect to find it on a live stream like this. That's me for now, my friends. That's me. I mean, it's a great topic, so let's talk about it, Mr. C.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Eni. It's always good to have you here. And it gladdens my heart to see that one of the common thing about every one of us who are hosting this event is that we love collaboration. We love working with people. We love helping and supporting others, because that's one way we find that if we want to make more impact, we want to have a sustainable influence, there is need for us to work with people so that we can support more people. That's interesting, and that's how we have grown over the years. That's how we have been where we are today. And I tell you, for this event, we have been collaborating together for over 3 years now, and that collaboration has brought us to be here today. There are days where, one person might not be here, or the other person might not be here, but the event still runs. Why? Because it's based on collaborative growth, and we'll be working together to make sure that comes to pass. So for anyone, you want to be part of the conversation, you want to join those on stage right now and be able to inspire others with your story, your lessons about collaborative growth, feel free. There's the link on the screen. You can type it into your browser, on your computer, on your cell phone, on your tablet, and then it will bring you on the backstage. I can bring you up so that you can share with us, even as we continue the conversation. It's very profound that we're talking about collaborative growth today, because it's good to grow up by yourself. It's good that you are growing. It's good that you are improving. It's good that, you have become a better person than the way you were yesterday. But one way for you to truly grow and sustainably grow is the ability for you to grow with others, to grow with people, to have people around you, to have people beside you. And for me, I tell you that my life has been as a result of the growth, collaborative growth that I've involved in. Yes, greetings, Grace. Grace says greetings from South Africa. Yes, thank you so much, Grace, for joining us. We appreciate you so much for being here. And like I said, one way that I've truly grown in my business, in my career as an entrepreneur, is working with other people. I remember when I started newly, you started my journey as an entrepreneur, all I did was all I could think about, all I could brainstorm, decisions I could make. And then sometimes it looks so difficult, it looks so challenging, it looks so stressful. But taking a new turn and changing my narrative by embracing the power of collaborative growth really helped me so much. Sometimes what took me months or years to achieve because of collaborative growth, sometimes it takes weeks, it takes even days, for me to be able to achieve them. And that's why for me, I bring this conversation. My question for you is, are you collaborating right now? In your business, in your career, in your personal life, in your journey, are you collaborating? Who are you collaborating with? Because it's a question we need to ask ourselves. Because most of us are playing the solo game. We are playing it all by ourselves. It's all is what you know, what you can offer, what you can bring to the table, the resources that you have. It's all about you. At the end of the day, sometimes, in fact, most times, the journey of the you can be very stressful, can be very challenging. But then having people you can literally partner with, work with, embrace with, can be very, very powerful. For me, one thing that collaborative growth has taught me in working with people and collaborating with people is the power of building trust and stronger relationship with people. We mentioned something earlier from Mike. He said he was involved in a collaboration that he didn't have a good experience with. Yes, it happens. It happens. That's how I always tell people before. Collaboration sounds good, it's nice. But my question is, what are you collaborating on? And who are you collaborating with? It is good that we are able to define that from the beginning of our collaborative growth with people. Because not everybody is meant for you. Not every opportunity is for you. In fact, not every kind of growth at some point in time is made for you. So the ability for you to know where you're going, the kind of people you're looking for, and the kind of growth that you want, it's very key and it's very, very important. So like I said earlier, one thing that collaborative growth has done for me is building trust and deeper relationship. Coming online, starting my journey as an entrepreneur, I tell you, like I said, it was a solo journey earlier. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know who to work with. I didn't know who to collaborate with. But as the time goes on, I saw people whose mindset aligned with my mindset. I saw people whose vision aligned with my vision. I saw people whose background aligns with my background. And that sparked so much collaboration. And because we are able to work together on so many projects, it brought about trust. It brought about trust, and it brought about stronger relationship. For most people, if you really want to work and grow and collaborate, there is need for us to start building relationship. In collaboration, relationship is at the center of it all. Really strong relationship. And I will tell you this, when it comes to collaboration, it's not all rosy. It's not all, oh, because this person's vision aligns with my vision, that's all there is. Challenges will come. Tough time comes. I've had experience whereby, yes, the vision align. Yes, the goal align. But sometimes the character might differ from time to time, especially when challenges arises. The way I respond might not be the way you respond. The way I tackle challenges might not be the way other person can tackle challenges. So having challenges, misunderstanding in the collaborative growth is part of the journey. But one thing you must know is the challenges cannot stop us. That the misunderstanding in the midst of the growing collaboratively cannot stop us, because why the advantages far much outweigh the disadvantage that we see. A lot of people do not want to collaborate because of the experience they had with people. Maybe they had a partner who did something that maybe took them out of the business, that betrayed them, that they had a very sour and bad experiences. For that, they thought, oh, I cannot collaborate. One thing I always say is, for the fact that you have a bad experience in life does not mean that there is no possibilities. Does not mean that there is no good things still out there that you can be able to embrace. And that's how we must be open. We must be open for possibilities. We must be open for opportunity, and also be open for people to come, because people come and people go. But the ability for us to be able to build relationship with people is key. And that's how, when it comes to collaborative growth, to collaborate and grow together comes from a place of trust. The person you cannot trust, the person you cannot have a good relationship with, there is no way you can grow together, because shared knowledge is based on trust. Shared ideas is based on trust. Shared opportunity is based on trust. So building that intentional relationship, it's very, very important when it comes to collaborative growth. Everyone needs somebody. Everyone needs the collaboration. Everyone needs somebody to help us in one way or the other. So it's no longer a solo journey anymore, but it's a journey of us, of we. Even the Bible says, one can chase 1,000 and two can chase 10,000. So for us, we can actually work together by building relationship. And another thing that collaborative growth has really taught me in working with people and growing together is that it amplifies our impact. Let's take, for example, for me, my target impact is 1,000 person, and Mr. Ennis' target impact is 1,000, and Jamie's target impact is 1,000. That's 1,000 each. And imagine we are working together, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Together, we now have 3,000 impact reach. That's what collaboration can do for you. It amplifies the growth. We have a more faster, scale the result more faster when we grow together. Because at the end of the day, your strength is not my strength, but I can leverage on your strength. There's something I'm good at, there's something Jenny is good at, there's something Annie is good at. But the ability for us to work together effectively makes us achieve the result faster and much better. And we can make much more impact. Why? Because we are working together. At the end of the day, all we know is not all there is. You might be so good at marketing, and then you might not be good at other power. You might not be good at finances. You might be good at finance, you might not be good at managing people. You might be good at managing people, but you might not be good at organizing the administrative work. So that's why working together with people, it's important. It's something that is not negotiable even now and as we go on. Why? Because it comes with diverse benefits, and it comes with a whole lot of incentive in itself that can really, really help us to grow and become better. And another thing I've learned about collaborative growth, and as I begin to work together with people on my journey as an entrepreneur, is in collaboration there is creativity, there is innovation. I remember thinking about a project. For me, the way I thought about this project was very perfect, was very good, was very on point. But then when I shared the project with my partner, when we wrote over it together, and my partner said, you know what, why not do it like this? I think this will be better. I never saw it that way. But because I was able to share the idea, because I was able to work together and brainstorm, I saw what I thought was the perfect thing on a whole different perspective. So one thing that collaborative growth does, it brings innovation. It brings creativity. We combine our minds together to create so much spark that we can never imagine that they could come. Because each and every one of us, in ourselves, we are unique, we are special, we have so much value to give. But then when we come together, it becomes doubled, it becomes tripled. The creativity becomes magnified. Why? Because when two great minds are working together, there is more creativity, there is more innovation. So working together with people, it's very, very important, and it's key. And for me, on a mission of spreading positivity, I saw it that in myself, spreading positivity alone. Oh, someone said I'm coming scratchy. Oh, I hope my sound.
There's a bit of distortion every so often, but it's you still we can still hear you.
Okay, but I hope my sound is better now. I hope my. Thank you so much for bringing my.
It's fine.
As I was saying, when it comes to collaboration, it's very, very important. There are a lot of people out there who you can work with, who are waiting to work with people, but most times we don't know who to work with or how to reach out to these people. That's why we are bringing this event. For people out there, is there something you are doing? Is there someone you are looking to collaborate and work with? Feel free, come up on stage, join us, come and tell us, this is what I do, this is who I'm looking to collaborate with. And I tell you, there are many possibilities awaiting you. We are all doing amazing things all by ourselves and individually. But I tell you, together we can do so much to make a huge impact. As I was saying before, I'm spreading positivity to every corner of the earth, one person at a time. I'm in Nigeria. But then positivity has to go on in the world out there. So what do? I will collaborate with other people in the world. Annie is in the UK, Jamie is in the US. We have other people from South Africa, from Ghana, from Canada, from Australia, from all parts of the world. For me to spread positivity to this part of the world, there is need for me to collaborate with people who share the same vision, who share the same mindset, so that we can work together in making this vision possible. So we encourage us, because this conversation is about us working together. It's about us partnering. And like I said, if you have what you are doing, you have a mission, you have a vision, and you are looking for people to collaborate with, come in, tell us what you are doing and the kind of people you are looking to collaborate with. Why? Because this event, we have thousands of people who get to watch it from the stream. We are streaming to different platforms, and they get to watch it. And who knows, somebody might reach out to you and say, you know what, I heard you speaking on the Positivity Life event about you working on this project. I would like to work with you. I would like to collaborate with you. I tell you, you don't know when the opportunity comes. You don't know the day that the prayers you'll be praying will be answered. So that's how we create spaces like this, where people can share their mind, where people can hear their view, where people can speak out and let the world know what they're doing and how they can collaborate. For me, what am I doing? I'm spreading positivity, And I'm also helping people host online events. And through the online event, we can also help them become authors as they write their book. So for anyone out there, you are struggling to stay positive, you want to embrace positivity intentionally, feel free to reach out to me. Or you have a value to give, you are a business owner or you are an organization, you want to amplify your voices through online events, feel free. And maybe you are planning to be an author, you don't know how to go about it, you want to write a book. We use events to help you become an author. And by working with any, we are making this possible for anyone out there. You want to be an author, you want to write a book, you don't know how to do it, don't worry. Reach out to us. We can make this possible. And this is possible because why? There's collaborative growth within the house. We are working together. So feel free, don't be shy. We are looking forward to have you all, come in, tell us what you're doing. We are looking forward to collaborate with. And you can send us a DM as well. I know I shared a lot. Thank you so much. Let me just shout some people out even before we go to King Jimmy to give us a share. We have Natalie Thomas in the building saying, hello, Zion Annie and Stage Company. I think that's Jenny saying happy Friday. Yes. Leona says, Mike, I have been booted off different things up to 8 times. Sometimes replay is the only way to go. LinkedIn has been bad. Truly, LinkedIn has been acting up for weeks now. But then we still have to do what we need to do. Yes, Annie's in the video. Annie's saying, hi, Annie, Zion, and Jamie. Or it's Annie. Thank you so much, Annie, for joining us. We appreciate you. Yes, Natalie is back now. She said, hello, Jamie, and everyone. Thank you so much. Kemi said, I will watch later. Yes, Kemi, thank you so much. We appreciate you for being here. And Mr. Man said, good to hear. I'm not the only one. Amazing. Yes, truly, LinkedIn has been acting up, and a lot of people have been having that experience so far. Connection is bad. It's on off maybe weather. That's true. Yes, thank you so much for reminding us. Yes, Uncle Mike from YouTube that has been a bit scratchy. Thank you. And LinkedIn user is saying hello everyone. Another LinkedIn user is saying hello everyone. Hope you are well. Yes, thank you so much. We are well. Grace is saying I'm actively looking for collaboration and partners. I'm the founder of Gracious Communication and Gracious Z Community. I work with AI and innovation ecosystem across Africa, focusing on strategic communication, venture support, and helping startup position and scale. I'm deeply passionate about solving youth and unemployment, especially by connecting young people to opportunities through innovations, partnership, and ecosystem access. Amazing. Thank you so much, Grace. I think I have somebody in mind who you can work with when it comes to AI and bringing employment to the youth in Africa. We appreciate you so much. Yes. Halloween's in the video. Halloween saying hello everyone. Thank you so much, Halloween. Happy Friday. Leanna is saying I have connection problem with almost every shows on LinkedIn lately. Yes, guys, you can go on YouTube. We are still live on YouTube so that you can join us. I will drop the YouTube link on the comment section. So anyone who is finding it difficult on the LinkedIn page to access the link, you join us on YouTube. Go and give us a follow. My brother Michael is in the building saying Abarigani. Come. Our brother Cam Michael said, welcome. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And Natalia said, the glitches are a mixture of cross-network and cross-platform misalignment that we play. There are platform integration on that way too. That's true. Thank you so much. And Kumar said, I can neither confirm or deny my use of AI daily. All right. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Keep dropping your comments. And like I said, you want to join us, you want to be part of the conversation. The link is out there. That's the link on the screen right now. You can bring you on stage so you can be part of the conversation. But in the meantime, I'll pass the mic to King Jimmy so he can share with us his thoughts on this topic, collaborative growth, and how he has benefited from it. So King Jimmy, the mic is yours.
Yes. Thank you so much, Zion. And, I love shouting out these comments. It's good to see people being active in the comments. I know the connection's not so great sometimes, but, we do the best we can, right? And, sometimes the internet doesn't like to play nice with us, but, we're all here and, we can still see everybody posting here. So that's the most important thing. So let's talk about, collaboration a little bit from, what I do when it comes to career coaching, right? As a career coach, a lot of times career coaches think they have to do everything themselves, right? Sometimes they think that maybe they might have to build their own brand by themselves. Maybe they got to find their own clients on their own. Maybe they got to create certain programs and foundations by themselves, right? But really, the key thing to that is that I've learned over time that if I collaborate with others, I grow faster, and I grow. It's better to grow together with other people, right? I don't have every single answer as to how I do certain things. I know what works for me and what works for my clients, but I'm continuing to learn. I'm always learning. I'm always growing. I'm like a sponge, right? I'm continuing to soak up everything that I learned from those around me, other coaches too. I used to think that everybody out there was competition, right? I had to get the most people to work with because I wanted to be the best career coach, that everybody just goes right to me. The truth is, there's a lot of people out there that are looking for jobs, and I don't know all the answers. I know what I know works, but I'm continuing to grow and learn from other people that are career coaches too. There's a lot of career coaches out there that have different backgrounds than me. Maybe they specialize working with certain industries or certain special, different areas of people's career paths, right? Maybe they got a different perspective on what they think a resume looks like versus what I do. What I've learned is that I need to build, a cohesive foundation with other people around me and who are going to be instrumental to my growth and vice versa, right? So it kind of works in different things, right? When it comes to how I work with people, I focus on the 3 different things that I focus on with my clients, right? That could be resume writing. That could be interview practice. That could be LinkedIn optimization. Obviously, I work on all 3 of those things with the people I work with, but there's career coaches out there who focus on maybe one versus the other. Maybe they're just resume writers. Maybe they're just an interview coach, right? I try to learn from those people who have shared expertise as I do, right? I might ask somebody who sends me a resume. Maybe I'm kicking things back and forth on what I think what I think might look good from somebody's resume when I'm writing it. I might ask somebody who that I have a good relationship with and say, hey, look at this resume. What do you think about this? I'm thinking about going this direction when it comes to how I'm writing this. Do you have any suggestions for me? And I've learned over time that people are okay with it. Other coaches like to be able to give their expertise, their insights, and vice versa. They reach out to me when they have a question about something, right? That's how this perspective works. That's how I grow and how I learn more. And maybe I see a different perspective on things because I get another opinion from somebody else. I get feedback, right? Things like that. All those things come full circle when it comes into collaboration, right? I have no problem now too as a career coach having a client who I might have a client that I don't think is a good fit to work with me. So what do? I might share that lead with somebody else who I know is going to be a better fit. What do you think that does from a collaboration standpoint? It builds trust, right? Not only can I share a lead and give it to somebody else who I think will be a better fit for the person themselves, they're going to get a better person they can work with. At the same time, too, that person's going to come back around and they're going to give somebody to me who they think I would be a better fit working with, right? That's how we work together. That's how we collaborate. Workshops are a big thing too, right? I think about people that I've worked with in the past that I've done coaching calls with, Zoom calls with, other career coaches, where it might be 2 or 3 different career coaches and we're doing a workshop together. And the goal is not to try to get as many people to work with us. It's to share our experiences and our opinions and how we do things and provide a space where people can get various different opinions and their questions answered versus competing for attention, right? All those things go hand in hand, right? So that's kind of just where I want to stand on that. Feedback is important. Collaboration is so important, right? It's not about that competition anymore. It's about doing what's best for the people who we're going to be working with and how can we continue to put them first versus us, and how we can make sure that we are providing the best type of coaching possible. And the way that we do that is we continue to grow and we continue to learn as possible and we support each other. And then what do we do in the end when we get people, when we work together and we get people jobs? That's a win for everybody. Not just a win for me. It's not just a win for the client. It's a win for everybody together, because that collaboration and that partnership that I had with other people worked together to provide the best possible solution for that specific person at that time. So that's what I feel like is collaboration. There's enough people out there for every type of coach. It's a matter of who's the best, it's a matter of continuing to grow and continuing to learn as much as I can, and continuing to better myself and put myself in a great position and have a great circle around me that's going to do what's best for others. So that's how I feel about today's topic. I'm going to go ahead. Let's see here if we have any more. Let me see if we have any more comments on here before I go ahead and pass it over to Annie. Let's see here. Calm said, hello, Annie Foster, Natalie Thomas. How have you both been lately? Not bad, right? I love it. Calm is, he's going ahead and, shouting out people in the comments. That's great. I love to see it. We got Selassie in the house saying, good day, positive people. Good day to you too, Selassie. Thanks for joining us. Natalie shouted back out Calm, said hi to Calm. Mike said, try collaborating with AI agents. It will speed up your growth in theirs. I love that. Thanks for sharing that. Calm also said he's feeling well today. Feels well today, and his connection is intermittent as well, so he'll be in and out this session, but that's okay. Calm, we see you. If you want to join us on stage, we'd love to see you. And Soulful Squirrel Studios is moving to YouTube for video stability. And then I want to shout out this one really quick, and then I'm going to pass it over to Annie. He can read some more comments here. Aurelio Jimenez says, Zion and Annie, thank you for the work you're doing. Collaborative growth is not additive. It is multiplicative. I'm going to pronounce that right. When aligned minds share purpose, progress accelerates, risk is reduced, and outcomes compound beyond what any single actor could achieve alone. This is how durable value is built, together with intention, when nothing less will do. So I love that. Yes. Thank you so much, Aurelio. Love the shout out. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Annie so he can talk about what his thoughts are on today's topic, and he can also shout out some comments as well. Annie, over to you, my friend.
Thank you. It's a great share, Mr. Jamie, for sure. Now, between you and Mrs. Z, I think you covered most of the points that there is today. There's always more points, right? I'm tempted to let Zara and Mr. Mike speak, and then I'll come back after them, because we love our speakers who join the studio. So I'll give you the mic, Zara. Share with us. And
Thank you, Annie. Lots of health and wisdom, happiness, smiles for everybody there in the audience. I saw Natalie. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you. It was so good, Jamie and Zion, for having me here and putting me up on the stage. Nowadays, I was finding that, because I'm running on this business where duplication and multiplication is everything. So I have to I've scheduled everything, because I was doing this R&Ds, the research and everything, how this is going on, because when you go into some new ventures, you need to look up to someone, right? Because somebody is sponsoring you something to understand all those collaborative work, which Jamie was talking about, right? So it starts with sharing informations, and then that personal and professional starting gathering your a warm list, right? And then when we really because we understand, I was doing this research when I found out that people in the US, they are still not comfortable with the network marketing thing, and they still don't believe in this network marketing thing because of so much that was that happened. But this is so true that one of the $1 trillion market that exists here on this planet Earth is network marketing, and this is how people, they move from direct selling to network marketing and everything. And that happened because of collaborative efforts by all the teams coming up together and working. So yes, collaboration and actually guiding people and asking and extending those invitations to inviting them, and then so that they can share something, and they can tell them about themselves and what they are really doing. Like me here in Pakistan, and I joined this um, company which that exists from last 48 years, and now 48 years is a big time, but I got to know about this quite late, but it's never too late. Somebody informed me, I'm informing others, and now building those teams remotely from Pakistan around the world is something that I'm working on. And rejections is part of this. And some people, they cannot collaborate. This is also something where, but mentality, it is harder to change the mentalities, but to the mindsets can be reset. So I'm mostly looking for those people. Like I have that, boundaries and everything. I don't want to destroy my all day finding those right people for collaboration. So um, I have made those sandwich messages and everything. The way I reach out to people is, instead of like keeping everything AI agents and everything aside, because people love when the clarity is coming in, and when people see that, this is that this guy is authentic and he is really working on that something. So people, they land naturally with you for collaborations when actually you and I'm someone who's like who care about people's who care about their cell health, their nerve health, their heart health, their cardiac health and liver health, their intestinal health, even their prostate health. So people really love me when I talk about those amazing opportunities to them, and then they jump in for collaboration. So yes, we should have those warm lists ready for us so that we can um, we can send them invitations for so that's a little share from my side for now, and I'll pass the mic to Zion, my friend Zion. Yeah.
They disappeared. No, thank you so much, Sarah. No, so many good points. Of course, you make many good points. That's always right. It is. Collaboration is there, and so no one builds a £1 million company by themselves. We have to work with others. We must. Otherwise, it just doesn't. It doesn't work. There's too much to do, and whether we like it or not, we haven't got all the answers. Some people do have the answers, because I love your point about, looking up to people. I think people are also looking up to you, right? It's about accountability, and I think collaboration ultimately comes down to, what are you bringing? Are you bringing your best? Are you bringing everything that you've got? Are you doing it half-heartedly? Especially in your sector, in network marketing, it does mean dedicating your time and effort to a collaborative effort. It's not just your business. It's everyone's business, so to speak, right? And it's not easy, but I think, when everyone's working together, the results come, right? Let's say, like you say, you support each other. But when challenges come, it's better to have a team than to just be by yourself to deal with everything, right? There's so much benefit to collaborating, but it is not as easy as it sounds, and every business person will tell you this, I'm sure. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for sharing your genius. Let's talk to Mike. Mike is trying to collaborate with AI agents. Mike, I'm not sure. Is that collaboration really?
I was being a little tongue in cheek, but I had a few thoughts actually triggered off of what Zvar and you said. One of them is so I had posted that I had had a bad experience with a potential collaboration, and in retrospect, I learned the lesson I learned was that not everyone is either ready or able to collab with you. And so even though I was excited and saw a lot of possibility, and I still actually see that same possibility, that person isn't either ready or able to do so. So I think it's one thing to remember. I think the other thing to remember, and I'm always going to come around to mindset, but the other thing to remember is we have to be kind of bringing our best self. And one of the things that I'm focusing on and started to focus on in 2025, and I'm focusing on 2026, is this concept of not shrinking. And what I mean by that is, in order to be a good collaborative partner, to your point, Annie, I have to. It's not so much that I'm bringing half, like that's half-assed or something. It's I have to bring my whole authentic self so that I can act as either an opponent processor for you, or that thing that you may not have thought of, or maybe don't even just agree with, but I think people still need to hear that opposing view, because that's, to me, the power of having all these minds in collaboration, is that we all bring a piece of the pie. And sometimes it's even a piece of the pie may not be directly related to the project that you're working on, but I just think there's so much power in collective minds. And I'm going to say that we're a lot more connected than we think, but that's a whole nother discussion. And lastly, I wanted to bring up mindset. And I think it's very important to remember, and so you hear me talk, or will hear me talk a lot about the mindset of scarcity versus abundance. If you're in a mindset of scarcity, you are not going to be as willing to collaborate, because you think that there is a set amount of whatever X is. If it's dollars, and that if you and I collaborate, then somehow you're not going to make as much as you might have, or that the market is size X, and so if I collaborate, I'm going to lose out on my piece of the pie. And I actually think that's probably actually not true. But I think we often believe that. And unfortunately, I think in many capitalist societies, that viewpoint is encouraged, as opposed to having a mindset of abundance. And I think we've talked more about this. And actually, it's not just a mindset, it's actually a lifestyle and a way of life. And Annie and Zrar and Jamie and Brother Zion all, I think, exemplify that if when you're giving, you actually get a lot in return as well, even if it's just vibes and good wishes and prayers and that type of stuff. It doesn't have to always be about the almighty fiat. So that's kind of my share as far as collaboration, and as far as what I would like to collaborate with. 2026 is when I'm going to be launching the distribution of my tracks, and I'm more than happy to assist people in intros and outros for their shows, and anything else. I do want to spin up more as I get the coin. I want to collaborate probably with someone that develops AI-based video. That's one area I'd like to spin up, my skill set. I'm already taking some courses on it, but I would be more than happy to work with someone on that type of stuff. I know Zrar is actually doing some already, and I'm actually looking at specifically to do it for my tracks, and maybe even again, if people are doing anything in the shorts area, because I'm looking. The bottom line is I'm trying to get people to a website or wherever I end up selling my tracks, as well as my distribution sites. So that's what I'm looking for. Thanks so much. And as Zrar, I think in the United States, I don't know if you're aware, but we have something called MLMs, multi-level marketing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and I don't think that's exactly the same as network marketing, but I think
It's
that's
the exactly
is.
same. It's the
It is.
exactly same
I was gonna
thing.
say,
Not even. Yeah. Annie, yeah. Please go ahead.
but I say MLM does have bad press.
yes.
It's one of those things. But I think the opportunities are there, and those who do well, right? But I said it does take everything like you mentioned. It's like you mentioned, Mike. Zora mentioned. That's Jamie mentioned, and that Mrs. Z mentioned. It takes everything to make network marketing work.
Well, I think
If
that
they-
I think the other thing in general, and correct me if I'm wrong, both of you,
I
is
will.
that that when you are in, I don't know what he's doing.
he said he will.
No, I'm looking at Zion. That the biggest thing, in my opinion, in sales or marketing is trust. And I think that's where MLMs actually fail. I mean, they attempted to build on trust, and then they failed because it was nonsense. I mean, it was a pyramid scheme. And if you can assure people that it's not, and people get appropriately compensated, it should work. And it's just like direct sales. And direct sales, in my opinion, at least, if you're going to have return sales, is all based on trust and relationship.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for
that
sure.
that's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
It's fine. I think the thing we call you said it just now, Mike. MLMs that are pyramid schemes, right? I'll defend you for a second.
I'll correct that. Because if you're going to say pyramid scheme, that's different. But if you're going to say network
That's very,
marketing,
very, very different. It's a whole different thing. Pyramid scheme is essentially selling to someone to pay someone on the pyramid, on the structure. That's not what MLM is. It's a commission-based business. That's all it is. And passive income, residual income, call it what you like, but that's what you're building. Albeit you're taking a small percentage of whatever the price may be. But essentially you are. But they get real confused when you start talking about legs and they have to build a team. Because those who build teams, they can relax it because the team will do the work. But if everyone built their team, the whole thing would be a beautiful thing. The problem is that most people don't have the ability to build teams, or even the inclination. It's hard work. It's not going to be easy. Zara knows this. I'm sure you know this. Everyone knows this, right? To make it work, you have to put all your effort. You have to work hard every day. Probably as hard as you have to do in your own business.
Any like to prepare. I mean, first of all, to read people's mind, because especially when the companies from the US, they're entering into Southeast Asia, countries like India and Pakistan, and people who first started here, they were not that professional. Okay, the locals were here, and what they did, they destroyed the reputations of that brand. Yeah. It happens most often, and then the people coming afterwards, they have to put everything outside. I mean, they have to be vulnerable to go out and boot camp and tell people that what actually this brand was doing for the last 50 years, right? And it takes a lot to build your credibility again in a country where everything was being challenged. Because
I think that maybe we should have a conversation around network marketing. It's a model. And people, the great and the good still do network marketing today. They do. All right. I think that we're bringing it back to Mike's point. It is the fact that 10% of something, for example, any percent of something is worth more than 100% of nothing. That's the truth. That's why people do. That's why people collaborate. That's why people work in teams. Now, many of us who want to work by ourselves, if you work it out and you have a sustainable system, you're laughing, right? You can serve people, but most people don't have it. They haven't worked it out. So essentially, they're getting nothing, and it's unfortunate. I say like collaboration really is about, Mike said, are you ready and are you able to contribute to a bigger project? Definitely that's so important. Many people are not ready or able to contribute. They're not even willing mentally. When Mike says it's a mindset thing, they're not willing to share.
Yeah, people are reluctant to change, and when you show them something and they resist, and then that's what all happens, because that resistance bring that persistence. But what I loved about this business is, you are building that trust with people, and if you have those sandwich messages, and you're not just going out with a pitch online, but to understand what people are going to read their minds, and to introduce them step by step. And what happened in the past in the US, there was no one like who could go like that, those strategically. And there was no AI at that time, right? When it started long back, and people were still not sure. Like, for example, franchising in 1968, and franchising was like taken as in news and everywhere. Oh, this is a pyramid. But after a few years, now it's like $1 trillion industry. Franchising all over. So people are reluctant to change. Yeah, you're right.
And most people don't even know the options in business to collaborate. Like I say, franchising, network marketing. So these are all collaboration opportunities. And working with as part a part of the greater whole, right? And you can build your dreams from there for sure. Miss Sherry, how are you doing? Say Sherry, my good friend, all the way in Kenya. She's saying she does individual and business. She does. She's a VA, virtual assistant at best of times, but she's done an event organizing, event hosting, speaking, and many more. She wants to collaborate with more partners. The goal is to match VAs with clients who find it hard to get to one and probably trust because of the nature of engagement. That area. It's. I love it. Your collaborative idea. I see Victoria is here as well. I don't know where we mentioned Victoria. How you doing? LinkedIn user, is that Annie? I don't know who that is, but I know Lisa's here. How you doing, Lisa? Great to see you as always. Miss Yolanda is here as well. Welcome, Yolanda. How are you today? Who else do I see? Oh, Alexis, my super editor, is here. That's one of my biggest collaborations. Alexis and I publish books. Alexis does the editing. Like I always say, that there's many different benefits of collaboration, my friends. And as I said, me and Alexis, I guess, it's another way to work together. I do tell my clients, if you can't get past Alexis, I'm not going to work with you, because she has to approve your book before I'll even look at it. So your collaboration, yes, they can hold you to account, but they can also protect you. I think someone mentioned it earlier, and I think it was Jamie that mentioned that essentially, your collaborators can vet people before they come to your desk, right? Before they jump into your appointments, your friends can basically say, right, no, you don't quite fit, or the other way is we must go and talk. You must talk to this person. So Alexis, I appreciate what you do every day. It saves me time, saves me effort, saves me money, and it brings the best of the work we can do together to our world. How are you doing, Sharon? Good to see you. Aurelio says, sustainable models are never built on hype alone. They're not. They have to actually deliver, right? They endure when the product delivers. Real value, and the people operate in unity, integrity, and discipline. Any structure succeeds or fails based on those fundamentals, not labels. Okay. No, the analogy. Does anyone know what TALU gun? Someone help me, right? When nothing else would do. I'm sure Zara knows what that is because you said it earlier, right?
Yeah, I know it.
What is it?
Zion knows it.
Well,
He
I
does.
think I think it's a project that Mr. Jimenez is working on. Yeah, I think it's a project he's working. It's more like an abbreviation for what he's doing. So that's what that Talus 2 means.
Cool. Yeah, that's, you know, is that me? Is that me? Or is someone on? Is it got hot mic? It is like someone's got the mic open. I would say I can hear something, but I don't know who that is. Anyway, let's get back. Mr. Alexis, it's always a pleasure, my friend. It's always a joy. It's it's a joy to work with you. It's a joy also to also highlight the work you do, the great work you do as well. Look, I said for me, collaboration is been pretty much everything. But I think we have to bear in mind, the constraints or the realities of working with other people, right? A lot of people want to collaborate. They say, I think it's just like it's become a buzzword, much like authenticity mindset, right? It's a buzzword that people just throw about. And I think that those who truly understand it get the benefits. Those who truly understand it, live it, they see the results. There's so many ways I could say this. Mike mentioned we have to be willing to give. So I've always believed in the concept of giver's gain. You have to give to receive, right? You really do. So everyone wants to work one way. They want to take. But I think when you give, people will give you back. And sometimes it's not. Go on, Mike. I can see you.
I was going to say that's not collaboration. That's abuse when it's one way. If you're giving
I
or
agree.
you're taking, if you're taking, it's abuse.
Yeah, no. A lot of people that way inclined though, Mike. They just take. They want to just keep taking, right? And a lot of people who say they want to collaborate, they don't really want to. I mean, Mr. Z mentioned there, the collaboration is when people come together to create a new solution.
It's greater than the sum of its parts, Annie. I mean, like, that's one of the things I love coming on the stage with you guys, because I feel that every time we do, we create something greater than the sum of the six guys that are on the stage. And anytime if you're really truly doing business in a collaborative way, that's what it is. It's always going. Now, again, unfortunately, I think sometimes you have to understand that there's going to be maybe an uneven distribution of coin, perhaps. But I mean, again, I think you're going to have to constantly do that calculus, and it may not always be about the coin. It may be about reputational building, or it may be about skill building, or whatever. And you yourself, and that's why I said you have to be ready, willing, and able to collaborate, because you have to be, I feel that you have to be sure enough kind of in yourself and in your skills and experience and whatever, to step in, to your point, into this sort of place of uncertainty where you don't have all the answers. And so and you have to be, I guess you have to let go of your ego enough to say, I don't have all the answers, and maybe someone in the group does. And I will I'm going to fess up, you can't see my hand, but I will put my hand up and say, I should have, in my career in the past, I should have asked for help more. I would mentor, what I call mentor from afar, meaning that I would seek out people that I wanted to emulate, but I wouldn't necessarily ask them to mentor me. And that is probably my one regret in corporate America, is that I didn't ask for mentorship enough, and also that I didn't ask for help from like my reports or my peers, or even people above me. That's a regret that I have of not asking for help. And I think again, Part of that, though, Annie, is that you have to have a culture in the company of collaboration too,
Yeah.
at whatever level. And
Yeah,
it's
agree.
not always going to be, up and down the chain, but one of my best, I'll just finish with this for today. One of my best companies and my best feeling and everything combined was in a company where we had that culture. We had that culture of collaboration. And there's a funny story that I tell. It happened to me in New York City because I live in Jersey and I was working in New York City. And you would say, "Hey Mo," just Mo, as a, we just use that word, and the right Mo would turn around. I never figured out exactly how that worked, but but we had that because we worked really hard together. I mean, we worked quite long hours often, but we developed that really close working relationship and collaboration. It was probably the best time in my whole career was in that collaborative environment.
Yeah, you just say I agree with you. It's when collaboration, when there's true collaboration, everyone gains. Everyone, it's I mean, I got to the point of giving this gain. So that's one of the biggest things I think I live with every day, right? Yes, we want, but the more we give, the more we get, because others want to give back. Others want to give to you. Again, in collaboration, I guess this is teamwork in action. Think of a team, my friends. Think of a football team, any sports team, for example, right? Does collaboration mean that we have to do equal amount of work? No, not always. It means you bring your expertise, I bring my expertise, and then combine the two to create that new thing that we talked about just now, right? To create a better solution. No man can do the work of 11 people who play football. No man can do the work of a team that even plays tennis. There's many people in the background, right? There's one star, but the collaboration that goes into making that person a star. God, goodness me, really. I think we have to be willing to bring our expertise. Mike mentioned, I guess, having diverse views. I say these things are not. I don't say these things in random. Almost everything I do is a collaboration. And that's the way I prefer to live. Which say when I wrote my book, it's full of almost 10 people's stories. Almost every event I do, I have other people there as collaborators. It's rare that I will do an event that's just mine. And if I do, they didn't start off that way. Because my voice is suddenly my voice. Even without those who come on stage, I'm saying I have co-hosts for all my shows, pretty much. So I'm doing that. So within the author speakers conference in 26. Again, I could have the ego Mike mentioned earlier and say, right, I know it all. They love me so much. They come and listen to me waffle on, right? No. They're better coming to listen to 6 authors who are going to speak. And I'm going to speak, I'm the host, right? So there's other people who have deeper messages, that deserve an ear, that deserve to be heard, right? And I'd rather put those people ahead of me, than me thinking I'm the greatest and just everyone, it's all about me. It's not about me. It's about the people who you elevate. Let me tell you, the people you elevate will elevate you in return. That's true collaboration, right? Let's hear from Tobiloba. How are you doing, Mr. Toby? Tobiloba, are you there? He's there. He's not looking at me.
Yeah, he's there.
Come on, share with us. You're mute. You're muted. I didn't mute you. I'm sure Mr. Z didn't mute you.
How's the internet connection in Kenya?
Yes, I think it's internet connection.
Nigeria.
now.
Yeah,
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Welcome.
Okay, I've actually been listening to the amazing things you are sharing, collaborative growth. Nobody actually grow in isolation. A plant needs water to grow, and it needs sunlight to grow, to germinate. All of us, we are a product of collaboration. Our coaches collaborated with us, our mentors collaborated with us, even our parents collaborated to be able to bring us alive. So we must understand that collaboration cannot be taken out of whatever thing we need to achieve, this especially in this time and age. You necessarily don't have to buy everything. You necessarily don't have to hire for every services. You necessarily don't have to pay for everything, even as much as you can bring people, or Zion, who is about positivity, Mr. Henry, who is about marketing, Tobiloba, who does copywriting, other people who do graphic design, people who do social media manager. We can come together and collaborate and bring something that is exponential out. If we do it with joy, we believe that if we put our expertise together and look for a problem and provide solution to it, because you don't provide solution and begin to look for the problem. Let's look out for a problem. Let's look at things that each and every one of us have. Let's look at what Zion carry. Let's look at what Annie carries. Let's look at what Zara carries. Let's look at what Mike have to offer. Let's look at what Jamie Edwards have to offer. If we look into that, we can actually make our world a better place. We can make our society a better place. And at the same time, we don't have to be waiting until we have money to buy everything before we actually achieve some certain things that we need to achieve ourselves. So collaboration is one of the things that actually bring incredible growth to our society. If a particular country collaborates with another country, it gives them flexibility. It makes it more easier to enter such a country. It makes it more beautiful to have a beautiful relationship together. So you cannot take collaboration out of this thing that we're talking about. You cannot take it out. As long as growth is involved, collaboration has to be mentioned. As long as growth is in place, collaborations can never be taken out. And how do we collaborate? By seeing ourselves as somebody who has something to offer. Don't discard what A has, because I believe that there are things you do with ease that other people do with please. There are things you do with ease that other people do with please. And the truth of the matter is that people also need it. The things that you do with ease, those people that are unable to do it, they need it. Do you understand? They need it. They need it. So you must understand that if we focus on building together, if we focus on building together some dreams that we have actually neglected, only if we could collaborate with one person, only if we collaborate with just a particular person, we would have get to the next level. So there are some dreams that you will have. You won't be the one to bring it to reality until you collaborate with someone. The thing is that, are you ready to collaborate with the like-minded? Are you ready to grow? Like I do say to people or tell my team members that is either we grow together or we outgrow one another. So let's collaborate so that we can grow together and bring a beautiful thing to our life and bring changes. Let's be that changes by bringing ourselves together. Thank you so much, Annie. Thank you so much, Zion, for always put this thing together. I really, really appreciate this topic today because we can only grow faster if we collaborate. I yield my mic to you back. Thanks so much.
Yeah, Annie.
In
It
true
was-
collaboration, so I'm here. So in true collaboration, I don't know whether it's internet's playing up, right? It's you say very very wise words there, Mr. Tabaloba. I guess the biggest thing I take away is the point that collaboration, the we is about I. What are you bringing? What are you really? What are your intentions? How are you going to add to what we do? Because unless we all play our part, collaboration doesn't work. And a lot of people will come expecting to freeload of someone else, right? As you're talking to a below, of course, you and I are friends enough. I know your business, right? And so how many of us here have seen, have been part of collaborations where people don't quite realize that they must perform themselves? And I think
Yes.
I always say there's a fine line, between my personal responsibility and giving power, trust, belief, giving everything, giving call it trust to the partners, our collaboration, right? And but ultimately we must bring the I into collaboration. We must, otherwise it doesn't work, right? I say when we do, everything's glorious. But for many people, it almost the opposite happens, right? Where it ends up being you, me, doing everything. As if it's like you bring the clients, which is fine. I don't mind bringing the clients because that's part of my. Once we're a team, I mean, I'm not talking in a vacuum. For an event like this, obviously, those who know me know what I do, right? Which is I'm sending invites constantly all the way through the event until I'm happy that our friends are here. Those DMs don't do themselves, right? I'm not gonna wait for someone else to do it because I can do it. It's what I do, right? I'm saying we all need to seriously play our part to make anything work. The word that's been mentioned a lot today, which is easy to miss, is the word alignment, right? Alignment. You have to work with people with whom you feel, you're in this together. So once we lose that sense of togetherness, our collaboration is shot. And it's unfortunate, but I think it goes back to Mike's point earlier. Some people are not ready and they're not able. It's for you to know who those people are. When that's what alignment is, right? When you come across them, you get a feeling that this person is not quite, it's not quite what we need. And I think we must listen to that, because when we get that feeling, the party stops, the music stops very soon, right? Collaboration doesn't work. We have to have truly everyone. Maybe it comes back to the issue of relationships, building proper relationships. And there's so many complications. They say I gasp because have you noticed that the geniuses in our world they tend to be not team players. Have you Mike called the ego. They say that the really good people tend to
I would say
work.
mentality. I would say here. I would say like people with because you can change the mindset, right? And you can reset it.
You
But
must.
what about the mentality?
Yeah.
That is the most hard part.
I would argue, Annie, that it has more to do with their inability to like I've dealt with PhDs or extremely focused. They were probably, now that we'd probably say that they're on the spectrum, but they really didn't do well interacting with other people. And
Yes.
obviously, with collaboration, you have to be able to do that. You look at the Teslas of the world. You look at Einstein. I think was not quite like that. But if you look at some of these people that were extremely gifted, they didn't necessarily have the ability and or maybe the desire. But I think it has more to do, and I think a lot of it, to be honest, has to do with how you were raised. If you grew up in a house where you had to be very independent and kind of left on your own, that's probably how you're gonna. And to Gerard's point, of course, you can change, and modify that with help, particularly if you can gather a circle of friends around you that can help you do that, and provide a safe space. And one person's safe space is not necessarily the other. So all I say is, yeah. Oh, I did want to mention no, sorry, that's another show. Yeah, I just think I'm getting confused now. I just wanted to say, this has been a great subject, because I honestly feel, to be fair, I've had, other than that one job that I had that we had really high collaboration, unfortunately, in many of my other positions, including the one where I was actually my CISO experience, that was very, very limited collaboration. There was some collaboration in a small group, but generally I did not get to enjoy collaboration. And again, that goes back to what Zrar was saying, and what I said was, you have to be willing and able, both. Some people are not able. Many people are not willing, because, like I said, I think they have this mindset of scarcity, or that somehow me doing something with you is going to take away from you. And I mean, Annie, you said it, I think, well, is once you get into it, and particularly once you've had a good collaborative experience, you know that that's not true. That you know that that, like I said, this circle of gentlemen are producing something greater than the sum of its parts. And I think it's generally true, if to your point, if it's quote unquote true collaboration. So yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you. So, of course, and I love your comments too, Mike. Tabulova drops mic drops of wisdom so sharp. Philosopher's line, not for the encore, just to catch the echo. Oh, I tell you, way with words, Mike. Way with words, my friend.
Well, that's my in 2025. I started a positivity campaign to throw funny comments that are hopefully uplifting and funny. It doesn't look like you enjoyed that one. Maybe just has a serious face, but I try.
Yeah, I like this one as well. My brother doesn't always collab with me. Yeah, on a level, I can understand that completely, Mike. But I think, in reality, I think there's almost an analogy with collaboration. Your brother never lies, right? He never lies.
I'm being facetious, because I actually believe the various parts of our body collab a lot more than we understand. A lot of it is autonomous, but I think there's a metaphysical, Zrar would probably agree with me on this. I think there's a metaphysical aspect that is generally not explored that very well, at least in the West, or at least by some people in the West. And so that I was being a little facetious, but lately, because of some of my aches and pains, I don't necessarily feel like it's very collaborative.
I've got something for you, my bro. It's a royal jelly. It's a royal jelly. Okay, your body. So it's just
nice.
There's network marketing right there.
It's simple.
Smart.
It's
very
simple.
smart. I like it. I like it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's look, again, I say if you're gonna play a role, especially you have to understand your role, number one. And I think then you have to make sure that every chance you get, you will, promote our enterprise, if that makes sense. Now, Zara, no, good on you. No, you good on you. I think they should do more promotion, especially if it helps your cause. Don't be shy, right? But like I say, it's a weird thing where some of us end up being the ones who bring more business to the collaboration. We all could if we were more Zara, we could all bring something to the table, which is going to help all of us. Anyway, check out Zara's Forever Living products. Yeah, I've been a customer Zara, so I know, I've used the products. And they've been there for years. Dr. Dorothea, I do see you, my friend. So glad to see you as always. And I know some example of collaboration for me is whenever I have a problem in my home, I can call my realtor. Her response is always, I know a guy, and then whatever it is handled. The machine must work. If the machine doesn't work, then collaboration fails, right? And so Talos 2 is an Illinois-based health and wellness company focused on prevention, resilience, and long-term. Is Forever Living a Talos thing, Mrs. Zara?
It is, and let me tell you about this. And I wish if Annie can try this or Mike can try this. It's an omega-3, but there is something special about this omega-3. It's from squid fish or calamari fish and salmon. So they are expensive. I don't mind as far as it's about my own health, my intestinal health, my joint health, and how my body responds to me back. So I'm eating them and becoming my own testimonial. Yeah, Annie.
Yeah, again, that's it. If you're willing to test the products, I think it's making sure they work. But if I could take you back to our conversation earlier, some of them would say, we've all spent money with network marketing companies. I'm thinking that my utilities. I've been with the same company who are meant to networking. What's that? 16 years ago?
See, Annie, I'm going for, let me give you a small example. There's a movie out there, new movie. And Annie told me about the movie. I told another 10 people, including Jamie, Mike, and everybody else. They also came in. Now we are like 10 people told another 10 people. That was 100 people. Then those 100 told about that movie to another 10 people.
Yeah.
1,000. Now, when we go and watch that, go to the theater and watch that movie, does that theater or cinema will give us the commission? No. That's the beauty about network marketing. No, that's the beauty about network marketing. That you get.
It's a network marketing that has effective solutions.
Yeah.
They're worth their weight in gold is the point that I was trying to make. They can say, the ones I find I don't tend to leave. They come I've been with for my utilities. I've been with them for years. I think it's finding that company that does great things. But because we all know there's many companies who do sell duds. Basically, so right. No. This is the problem Michael talked about earlier.
Now let me give you some point. There was a cousin of mine, and they're like very close friends of us, and they have the lady have a nerve damage, so and they were like cousin marriage, so they were not having babies. Okay, she couldn't conceive. She was having problems, and mostly in Sayyid Muslims, the cousin marriages are very common. Okay, and then the pregnancy is another issue. Because the very close cousin marriages, and that happens. So one of my cousins, she had that problem, and then after 15 years, and I recommended them this you know, the whole nutritional supplements to both husband and wife, and they are like they started doing this, and now she has conceived it after like 15 years. So sometimes, yeah, the products are expensive, the things are expensive, but those long-term health benefits and those wealth benefits, they really, like, you know, they can help us get all those dreams we always thought of. And that's one way that you can really jump onto that level because of the collaborations between so many people across the world, and they all are like joining in, and then you referrals and commissions and recommendations and everything that comes in, and then you sit and relax because you have done your part, and now you just focus. Okay, that's it. I need just 2 people every month. That's it, and you relax because there is already like 1,000 people on your back, and you're teaching now. Now there's another thing, that training and how to help them, personal development and skills, and like how Mike was saying about that. Yeah.
Yeah, again, look, if anyone's wondering why is it that Zara speaks so much about his business, my friend, you have to come. If you want, if you don't come on stage, you don't come to the studio to share, then no one's ever going to hear. But if you do join us, I'm all for giving you the platform to do your marketing. That's what we're here for, partly, right? Market away, my friend. We just watched Jamie have his dinner, so I couldn't come to you sooner, Jamie. Was it nice?
I'm hungry. I got no shame with eating on camera, right? I mean, I had a good salad, which was really good, and then I had some broccoli cheddar soup. So yes, Mike, I'm very secure to eat on camera. It doesn't bother me as long as I'm not dripping things off my face and everything. We're in good shape.
I was lauding Jamie for how secure you are.
Yeah, it looks very elegant. I have to say, Jamie, it looks very elegant. It looks like a work of art.
I was trying to eat it as graciously as I could. Thank you so much.
You did that. You did that, my friend. You did that. I could not eat so gracefully. I have to say, Look, yeah. I love Alexis' point. Collaboration is like teamwork. Bring your strengths to where they're needed. It's also recognized that we need others to fill in the areas that don't align with our strengths, skills, or passions. So we must recognize other people's strengths and contributions to the work. You like that, Jamie?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I love that.
I really think, though, there has to be a maturity. Like, it's the same thing. One of my passions, and we do it here, I believe, is generative discussions. But again, in order to do that, there has to be an attitude, a sort of a baseline attitude that you will have good faith, that you will not attack the person. You might challenge their idea, but you don't attack the person. That you try to steel man, which is basically saying, I think this is what you're saying, and star manning, which is, this may be what you're feeling. Now, that's a lot harder. And I think it takes a lot more time to develop to actually starman. But I think that you are having, for lack of a better word, a generative engagement in collaboration. And that's what other people mention, is that you bring yourself, but you also have to have that hold that space for others. And also for maybe others to grow. So you may have to pitch in a little or push a little more than you would want to bring, for lack of a better word, all boats floating, right? You want all boats to float. Now, again, compensation might not be equal, but I think you want to try to make it a win-win-win-win in this case with 4 people all around. So.
I agree. I see Sharon Rose has joined us. Gratitude is the attitude. We agree with you, my friend. Welcome, Dr. Roxana, as well. I do see you, so it was great to have you here. Never too late to join. When you give us a minute of your time, I appreciate it as much as when you give us an hour. All right. So thank you all for joining along. Sorry, Jamie, I think I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I was saying I love what Alexis was saying in her comment, and I think we had a lot of good things talking about today. I mean, we had perspectives from a lot of different people on here, and one thing's for sure is that we realize that collaboration is a good thing. It can be a good thing when it's with the right people, right? That's what it comes down to, because I know not every collaboration always goes the way that you want it to. And maybe some people you thought were going to be a good person to collaborate with ended up not being so good, right? But that's trial and error. That's how you learn, right? And the only way you can learn is by, putting trust into somebody and seeing how it goes. If it doesn't work, then, you learned. You learn from it. And if you're learning from it, that's the most important thing, right? So, I think it was a great conversation today. I know we went a little bit past our time, but, I'm sure we'll have another good conversation next week. We'll come up with something. I know Mr. Z has been in and out. I think probably connection issues as opposed as a lot of people have been seeming to have today. I guess anything else you want to say before we start wrapping this up?
I agree with you. I think Mrs. I think we could hear from the internet wasn't perfect earlier, but it did well tonight to do as much as it did. But I will say this, my friends. Sometimes we do need help to learn how to be good collaborators. You can even learn from being on collaboration environment. So one is a mastermind is normally a good one, right? Where you're amongst other people who are like-minded, who are on the same journey as you. So we can all learn from each other. The other way is simply, get yourself a coach. A mindset coach. When I literally get a positivity coach like Mr. Zion, I'm saying, we have to be prepared to learn. Mike mentioned this earlier. A lot of people don't want to learn. They think I'll do it all myself, and if I just do it myself, they won't know where the gaps are in my knowledge or abilities, or even my thinking. Right? I think we have to be willing to, work with others. That's it's a skill in business that not many talk about, but it's one that's so essential, Jamie. It's one that we all need. I'm thinking that you in your career counseling role, Jamie. I don't know whether the people you work with excite you with a level of readiness, willingness, and ability to collaborate or work as part of the team. Are you frightened by what you see, or are you excited about what you see in the people you work with? I'm curious to know.
Well, I'm sorry, you were breaking up. What were you saying?
Are your job seekers ready, willing, and able to be team players?
The people I work with, the job seekers?
Yeah. Because you see a cross section of people these days, right? You see the real people that are out there. Are they ready to collaborate, or are they
that's what I've learned over time, is that I've been selective now with some of the people I work with, right? Because there are people that I've had discovery calls with that I didn't feel like that we were going to be a good fit, and that they were not really ready to accept the way that I wanted to do my coaching and what I know works, right? They were very like, this is how I've done it here. This is what I did with my old career coach. I'm like, look, that's good that you feel that way and you've done it this way before, but you're reaching out to me because you obviously need to do some changes and you need to gain some traction, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're not willing to collaborate with me and kind of see where I'm coming from, and we can, not everything I'm going to do is perfect, right? But you're seeking out my services. If I don't think it's going to be a good fit, and you're just going to keep countering and saying, well, why did you try to do this way? Or what, I don't know about this and I don't know about this. It's you have to trust the process sometimes, and you have to be willing to accept what I'm going to coach you on and teach you, because you get in what you put in yourself. Right. So exactly. I've learned that over time that it's not going to always work out with people, unfortunately.
I think that's such a good point. You get in, you get out what you put in. Yeah. That's part of collaboration. And Mike mentioned you have to be mature enough to truly collaborate. I think there's a truth there, right? A lot of people they're just not close. And they're thinking it's somewhere else. We're thinking, let's work together to create something genius. They're thinking, I can take from you and do less themselves, right? That's not how it works. My friends, You know, we could talk about this all day, I'm sure, right? You know, but so do join us. So next Friday, same time. We'll have another great topic. You know, of course, I want to thank everyone in the audience. Of course, you know, especially Aurelio, who has been dropping gems. And they say he appreciates, say this, I would say our conversation, if you want to call it that, and that's thanks to Zara and Mike who came up on stage, right? So when ideas are shared with clarity, integrity, and collective intent, they elevate understanding and strengthen the whole. Isn't that those such important words, right? When ideas are shared with clarity, integrity, that's honesty and collective intent. That's a collaboration mindset right there, right? They elevate understanding and strength of the whole. That is something that we can all learn from. Zara, I'm sure now it sounds like you are looking to build a team in your work. So it's, so you have potential of employment opportunities for people, right?
Actually,
They can make money.
the beautiful thing about is in the corporate world, like when there is someone on the top, CEO, right? And they mostly say on that top, people are lonely on that top. But the beautiful thing about what I'm doing is I didn't know about that, I swear. But somebody introduced me, and now I'm learning, and somebody's coaching me, and that's the beauty about that. It's like Jamie coaches people, job seekers, and somebody's teaching me about that you can do this. Someone putting that energy in you, and product training, everything, and slowly you're learning that you have to go online. You have to talk with people. You need to have your downlines. You have to look up for your upline. Everything.
Yeah.
So it's like a collaboration. I cannot do everything alone. I cannot do the recruitments. Maybe I can go talk with Annie. I can talk with people. I'm good on that. But some people are very good at product trainings. Some people are good
Yeah.
at career coaching. Some people will be like, redirecting you towards something more bigger. So it's collaborations. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you for joining us. Now, get in touch with, connect with Zara and have a conversation, especially if if you're looking for opportunities. That's what collaborations give you, right? If you want opportunities, it's got some. And of course, if you're looking for wellbeing products as well, he's got them now, right? You showed you. So, Mike, anything you want to say before we go?
No, again, I would just repeat. I'm so grateful for you guys and Mr. Z, who couldn't join us the whole time, for providing this space, not just for positivity, but that I don't know what it is for me, but I love the collaborative spirit, and I've one thing I'd like to do, and maybe we can collaborate on this, is a online community. So what do we do with Zion or people that are interested in positivity between Fridays? I actually don't feel that LinkedIn is that platform. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna plant that seed and see what if there's interest, because I actually ran, this was years ago, I ran a 10,000 member forum about a book, actually, oddly enough. And that book, by the way, Annie, became a movie, and we tried to relaunch that forum, and it just didn't work because I guess there wasn't enough interest. That book sold millions of copies, but things things wane over time. It was a very powerful book. Happened to be called The Shack. I don't know if you're familiar with it. But we just had a cadre of people, and we actually had kind of followed the sun. So we had a community. Like I said, at its peak, it was about 10,000 people, of which, I don't know, let's say 1,000 were probably active, and then that over time. I did that for 8 years. So I really have a passion for community building.
Yeah.
So if anyone is interested in community building at all, please see me. And particularly, like I said, about the stuff that we've talked about collaboration, about positivity. Because one of the things I came to in 25 when I started my positivity thing was, if you look at the energy, or well, the directionally, if you're a negative, you're actually going backwards, and often looking backwards. If you are positive, you are typically moving forward and forward looking.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important to remember, because otherwise you get stuck, or can't get stuck. And that's why one of the things I'm doing in 26 is really focusing on building and maintaining relationships that are positive.
Indeed, indeed. You know, so again, important point. You know, if we are being positive, you know, we believe in the possibilities, as Mrs. Z always says, right? If we're being negative, then we're essentially we're looking in the past. You know, maybe that's some of our failures, our hard times. Whereas anything's possible, especially when we collaborate with friends. Jamie, enjoy your weekend, my friend. Everyone else, enjoy your weekend too, right? Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
Bye,
thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week for a great call.
Thank
Well
you.
said, Jamie. Well said. Bye, everyone.
Every
Happy
step
weekend.
forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with global.media.com and celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. Achieve success with global.media.com.